Hi and welcome. In this video we're gonna finish up our application. So we're gonna add all the changes, so the confirmed changes, active changes and recovered changes, and we're gonna be using the day before's data for that and compare it to the yesterday's data. And with this way we're gonna have the difference between them. Let's get into it. So we're gonna need a few more fields here. So let's write long confirmed changes, long recovered changes, and long active changes. Okay, so these three are gonna be our new fields. We're gonna store the changes in them. So this scheduled process, this scheduled function updates our database every day. However, we are not storing any changes compared to previous days. So we should add this. Okay, first thing first, we need to be able to tell if we have processed any day so far or this is gonna be the first day. Because if this is the first day, then we won't be able to calculate the differences. So we're gonna write some logic for that. So if this corona list, and we're gonna write a new method find by combined key. So we're gonna query our database by the combined key, and we're gonna give these objects combined key. Okay, and we're gonna write the same. So in the current repository, we're gonna write this and give the parameter as well. Okay. And then, so obviously, if this doesn't return anything, then we don't have anything in our database. On the other hand, if it's actually not empty, then we can go ahead and do our logic. So corona list is empty and we're negating it. So if it's not empty, then we're gonna populate the changes columns, set confirmed changes, and we're gonna get confirmed and then subtract the latest from that list. Corona.get, and we're gonna get the latest. So this is gonna be corona list dot size. So this way we're gonna be able to tell the proper index of it and get confirmed. Okay, so we're subtracting from the current confirmed number the last object from this list, and we're gonna do the same with the others as well. So set recovered changes, get recovered And last but not least, set active changes, get active. Okay, so with this schedule process will automatically update our database properly with the changes as well that took place. However, for now we actually need a method that first fetches the day before's data, and then using the day before's data we should get yesterday's as well, and this way yesterday is gonna be populated with the confirmed changes as well. Let's first chop this database. ICQ root -p, and here comes my password. Drop database corona, create database corona. We are creating it again, so we have an empty database now. What we need to do next is, so we're gonna call this populate database, but first we're gonna create a copy from this. And this is just for demonstrating this, and this way we don't need to wait a few days. So I updated the day, so this is gonna be the day before, and this is gonna be yesterday. That's fine, and we don't need this logic. Actually, we can leave this here as well. Okay, so here, so we need the name of this method, so we're gonna call this method first and then the other one. So this one's gonna populate the database with the day before's data and then the yesterday's. Okay, so let's fire it up. And then head over to our browser. So these are still the day before's data, because you can see we have many nulls for the changes columns. And as soon as we get to yesterday's data, these changes should reflect. Okay, so these are not nulls anymore. Okay, so we had a few here. Active changes 2, active changes 3. So we'll be able to see something in the end. Okay, so our database population has just finished. So the last thing we need to do here is to add the changes columns. So th confirmed changes. I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, so active changes and recovered changes. Gonna need confirmed changes. Oops. Active changes and recovered changes. Okay. And then we could rebuild our application. Okay, so as you can see, the changes are ready now. So let's style this page a little bit better now. So we're gonna add some logic here. So we're gonna write td, and inside this td there's gonna be a span, and here comes our logic. So corona dot confirmed changes. Then we're gonna write the following. So we'll have a plus sign here, and next to that the number of confirmed changes. Okay. And this is gonna be a badge, red with white text. If it's 0, then we don't need the plus sign, and it's gonna be gray with black text with black text. And if it's smaller, if it's less than 0, then it's automatically gonna have a minus sign here, and this is gonna be teal and with white text. Okay, so we're gonna use this logic, and we're gonna use the same for all the other changes as well. So active changes. And last but not least, the recovered changes. Okay. So let's rebuild the project. Oh, there's something wrong. Oh yes, we forgot to include the object. So corona.confirm changes. Yes, so we need this. Yes. So if we rebuild the project, then everything's fine. So depending on the changes, so if we have reduction in the number of cases, then it's green, and if it increases, then it's red. and grave, no changes. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is move this columnar checker into the center. So we can also add data tables with which we get pagination and a search field. Okay, so we're gonna need data tables CSS and jQuery, and last but not least data tables JavaScript file. And we also need to do some changes to our table, so we need to add t-head here, and t-body to the rest. We need to give this table an ID. So it's going to be Corona table. And let's give it a class as well. It's going to be striped. And last but not least, we need to initialize data tables. So this is going to initialize it. So let's rebuild it and refresh the page. We need this in the center. Yes, and last but not least, we're gonna add a paragraph here, because this comes with some default styles. So we're gonna need some padding here. Yes, so with this, the application is gonna look nice. Yes, as you can see, here's our final application. We get some paginations here as well. We could implement some JPA based, so Spring Data based pagination as well. But here we're just loading everything we have, and then use data tables to sort and paginate. So we could go to the Netherlands to see some information, or to France. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Oh yeah, and be sure to subscribe and like the video if you liked it. Thanks.